All right. Hello, everybody. This is the Trench Heroes podcast or cast, and this is AE. You can call me Alex, and I'm with my friend Peter, also known as Ramble. And today we're finishing the patch notes, going through part two, fixing some audio issues that we had in the last one, and just going to continue going over what we talked about in the last patch. And
I believe we left over on Enchantress, if I'm not mistaken.
exactly. So,
The hero no one
as
cares
you,
about.
yeah, as you referred to in the last couple seconds, yeah, I don't think anybody's really worried about Enchantress. I think the only big thing that happened to her was going to be like last patch whenever they removed Impetus as a unique attack modifier.
Yeah, I mean it does make it nice. You now have 3 seconds more now 3 seconds less of a cooldown, which allows you to have multiple creeps up longer.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
not.
but that's about it. About 3 seconds longer.
Nobody's playing Enchantress that much, anyways, just because of the way
No, you don't see it much.
the current meta is.
I actually, we saw it a little bit in the Frankfurt Major, twice. I want to say.
Yeah, and it was probably from Puppy. I mean,
Yeah, it
that
wasn't bad. It's
yeah.
just it was lackluster in its follow through, I believe.
Yeah, it's like Enchantress and Shan are kind of in the same place where they just don't. I think that they can become better, and I actually think that they're gonna try to find some way to bring them into the meta right now, just because of the magic resistance that you're gonna get from the creeps now. But
Yeah.
as far as it goes, I just don't know how important that's gonna be, and I don't know if we'll see that kind of stuff. I just Chin and Enchantress have never been like huge, big game changing heroes, and they're kind of a waste of a slot.
Not for about the
Because,
last 2 years.
yeah, ever since they switched to team fighting and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
it's just not.
Because it used to be you could get 2, 3 creeps, you'd gank the enemy off lane, you'd get a stun off, you get a net off,
You just push that
uh,
tower after
you'd
you get
kill
the
them,
kill.
and then you'd basically just take the tower because the centaur would give your creeps so much armor. You could just take it. But now it's just kind of gotten a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
But
So Enigma, that's another hero that we haven't seen a lot lately. Kind of gone the
yeah,
same way as
it'll be
like
nice to have a
Naya
little bit more movement speed on him on the
and
Eidolons.
ones. Yeah.
Because I mean that's pretty significant. It allows you to chase down that's 60 extra movement speed,
Yeah, and
level
also
4.
whenever you're looking at the fact that the movement speed got decreased for pretty much everybody,
Yeah,
or
now you can just run people down with his Eidolons, which is pretty nice. Actually, what this will really help with is jungling, um, because
yeah,
now level 2 Eidolons have 30 more movement speed, so basically almost an entire boots more than they used to, which means you can move from camp to camp faster before your Eidolons go down.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna
Malefice,
help
yeah,
for
no, it's going to
sure.
be huge for it'll let you get your blink dagger faster. I want to say Malefice finally got a buff, but it still needs more to be a viable. Basically, you only throw this down to keep people from teleporting out.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Uh,
it's. I actually think Malefice is a really strong ability, but
it's
it's
not quite where it needs to be an actual
yeah,
skill to
it's
level
super
up
annoying, but you can
continuously.
usually. It's only super annoying if you have somebody with an extra long cast time for an escape.
Yeah.
Anti-mage's blink, it can take a little while. And then
Uh,
the black hole reduction. This kind
Oh,
of
thank
needed to
God.
happen. Like, I didn't
Oh, the 20
understand why it was
seconds is the
still.
lifesaver.
I mean, Enigma is a really good hero. I love Enigma. He's one of the most fun heroes to see in a game. But
Yeah.
as
So
far as
now it
it
went from a
goes,
3 minute cooldown to a 2 minute 40-second cooldown.
yeah,
Not awful.
yeah. I mean, he gets refresher anyway, so it's not like the cooldown makes a huge difference
Yeah,
until
but
in
it's
that
helpful to keep your
mid game. It's gonna help, but
yeah.
we'll see. I think it could still be knocked down maybe to like 150, but
Yeah.
that's as far as I would go, though, because it could be game breaking, I suppose. Okay, so speaking of game breaking, you and I played a
Faceless
game
Void.
with Faceless Void, and I think he's really strong. I think at the same time, he could use a buff already. He might need a nerf to balance it, but um, let's just get into it first. So
Yeah.
they've taken away uh, what was that ability? Yeah, backtrack.
Hmm.
Everybody's least favorite ability because he could dodge.
Everything,
He could dodge a Laguna Blade, right?
which was douchey.
it was incredibly annoying. So now he has a castable ability as if he already didn't have enough mana problems, which actually he's going to have less mana problems now.
Yeah.
But okay, so he causes time to be frozen, causing the cooldowns to make no progress while they have this debuff. Slows movement and attack speed by 10% at the max level 4, 6, 8, 10. So it's actually a very interesting
For
ability.
each locked ability. Oh my goodness. So if you
Yeah,
were playing a hero like
he's very good against Invoker.
yes, or
Like
you were
you
playing a hero like let's say Skywrath, and you throw down your entire abilities, and let's say you're moving at 400 movement speed. You got Yules or Boots of Travel or whatever. Um, 10% would be 40, right? Yeah. Um,
yeah,
each, so that'd be 160 movement slow, which would put you at 240 movement speed.
yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, since they took away Time Walk, the slow that it has,
Hmm.
which we'll mention
This is a lot
now.
better of a slow, I think.
This is yeah, and it's more reliable because I don't know. I always thought Time Walk was really really stupid, and the reason I thought that was it takes forever to cast. It's
Yeah.
not a full blink. It shows you where you're going. It's just it was a dumb ability in my opinion, and it costed a ton of mana.
90
90
mana was way
mana.
too much.
So let's get into Time Walk. So no longer slows units. Now
It
undoes any damage taken in the
taking
last
the
2
last 2
seconds.
seconds.
So it's
So
a
basically, you
rewind
could get
button
Laguna Blade, Time Walk.
and have full health again. It was hilarious because we played a game with Void, and
So
he's
basically,
not that strong in terms of like his damage output. I think that he could use an overall stats buff. I
yeah,
really do because I with him losing the backtrack, he's not as he's never been tanky, that's for sure, but he's always been a very paper thin hero in my opinion.
yeah,
That's why I cannot stand playing him. I'll probably play him now because now you know when you're gonna whenever you time walk, you're gonna get your health back. I think it's a really cool ability, and I think it fits the hero well too. It's cool to see it's like a rewind,
yeah.
So
So
I think it's really cool.
so it's basically if you're going up against a burst heavy lineup without lockdown, like let's say Bounty Hunter,
Yeah,
um, if you can survive the initial salvo with maybe 40 health, and he just tries to right click you down, you can then just backtrack and you'll be full health and be able to turn onto him.
yeah,
Time walk, I mean.
yeah.
Wow.
And if he has Chronosphere, you're not running away.
It seems like it's a more reliable form of backtrack,
Yeah, no, that I
but
think
less
that's what they were trying to
RNG
do.
anger prone.
See the thing is that it balances better because
And it requires more skill.
yeah, you never knew whenever you were gonna dodge
Yeah.
something. It just happened. Now, whenever you were backtracking before you could dodge like a Zeus ult if you timed it perfectly, but that's at least that's what I thought you could do. But it's I really like this a whole lot better because um not only is it counterable, I mean obviously you could counter the old way by getting like a silver edge and what do they call that, breaking. You could
Yeah.
break that ability, um which I mean yeah, that's how you counter it. But
Or
with
Doom's
it,
Ag
yeah, Doom would be able to also do it.
with
But
Ags, yeah.
yeah, so with this, now you can silence that ability. Like you can silence him and he can stop doing these things because now he's kind of more of a caster. He takes a little bit more skill. Um, he has a higher skill cap, and he also has more reward to be given to players. I think that he's going to be strong. And I was getting mad because I kept seeing Faceless Void in our games, and I was wondering why this hero's terrible. Why don't you just play anti mage? He does
Yeah.
everything that Faceless Void does, but better.
But better.
And even anti mage was struggling last patch just because of the constant ganks. But I was able to play him with pretty good success. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
think
like
he's
the mana reduction.
yeah, mana reduction. That's good
And
for him.
the range seems a bit
It could be a little bit higher, just a little
low,
bit.
but I mean, it's
But this is his strongest ability now,
yeah.
essentially.
Well, Chronosphere.
And now, well, and not only that, but he can use the time walk
The
twice
cast point being
before he used
reduced
his
is very
lethal one.
helpful. I wonder what AM's cast point on his blink is.
It's pretty high. Or there's a long cast time that it takes. I know that.
This is here.
It feels like it playing anti-mage and having to escape a lot of people. It's happened. But yeah, before we move on, it's just, and if you're wondering about the range, keep in mind that it's a 6-second cooldown. It was 13 seconds.
Yeah.
It's less than half. So he can time walk twice in the time it took for him to. It was like 14 seconds when you count in.
Okay, so AM's blink is 1150 level 4.
Yeah, no,
This
he's
is
got
about
a.
half of it,
Yeah,
which
he's got
isn't
a
bad
for
still.
sure. But he's also, this is a much stronger ability.
Yes.
I like
Um,
Versus. This is a good hero right now. I think he could use some buffs still, but let's see where he's
oh,
at.
wow. The cast time for blink is 0.4 plus 0.53. This is 0.2. That's really good.
Yeah.
Huh.
Also, if you get an ether lens on any of these heroes, which we'll talk about more, that can just increase how
Your
how
range.
far they blink. Yeah, you can
Wow.
get some global blinks, bro. So gyrocopter, we're gonna see
I can see it. It's not too big of a nerf, but it
it's,
does make him less powerful on his level once he hits level 6 to just go and gank and kill
but
somebody.
he's still gonna kill you if
Yeah, no.
he plays it right. I'm glad that gyrocopter's gonna. I think he's in a good place right now. He's not overpowered in any way, in my opinion. He's annoying sometimes,
But
but
he's not in too bad of a place.
he's pretty balanced. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't have anything that goes through BKB anymore except for his split shot, but at least I'm pretty sure that goes through BKB. But you know,
Okay.
he's a strong hero.
Yeah, no. Huskar. I like the Berserker's Blood balance. Um it's
He's actually probably the worst hero now in Dota.
well, no, I wouldn't say that, but
You have to look at the magic resistance, like the maximum magic resistance. You have to look
yeah.
at that. It went from his maximum magic resistance is 50%. He is now
Well,
useless.
plus your 25%. So I mean, he still has 75% magic resist.
Mm, I'm not sure if that
Because
is.
this is Berserker's Blood magic resist, but Huskar still has a base
Yeah,
like
I would
everybody
think
else.
so, but then that 84% that he previously had would be.
It would have he couldn't be killed by magic damage. He used to be.
Yeah, but he, like, 2 patches ago, he was like in 6.84.
Hmm.
He had like 97%.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with Huskar. I like this change that it's a linear step instead of those
So
increments.
what they did with Bloodseeker,
Yeah,
which is a
it
lot
makes
better.
more sense. It makes more sense. It's more balanced. Um, I think that his magic resistance could go up, but I think he needs a heavy nerf. His spears do a lot of damage when they're stacked, and I think they're a little imbalanced. I think that Armlet makes him imbalanced. I think that his first ability makes him imbalanced. Satanic makes him imbalanced, all because of his magic resistance. So now you take all that away, and he's not nearly as strong against the lineups that he was good at. Kind of going all these different places with what I'm talking about. So it probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but he's not good in any spot right now. I think that if they had left his magic resist, like if they had just dropped it a little bit, he still would have, like 78%, 75%. I think as a max magic resistance, I think that would have been more balanced because now you could have nerfed Armlet. Armlet could use a nerf. It's actually one of the highest damage output items in the game for a strength hero, if not the highest for just regular attack. But um, I don't know. I just, with this hero, now he's not very good at all.
Huh.
I mean, you could have just nerfed some of the things like life break. I understand that it sacrifices part of his health, but he only has one ability that costs him mana. It should cost him mana to life break. And it shouldn't be that low of a cooldown where it's like what 6 seconds or something like that. You can just jump across the map.
Yeah, it's pretty
The
low.
range is a little too high. Make him buy a blink dagger. Make him get some sort of item. The hero irritates me a ton. I'm moving my hands around and you can't see it, but he just angers me.
He angers you.
But it also frustrates me to see him completely go. Well, not right now. Death to Huskar, to quote Arteezy. Let me see what did Arteezy say? He said, "I'm actually so happy Reddit is complaining about the Huskar nerfs. It brings me joy. Life is good. Death to Huskar." That's how I feel too. But they could have left him like he's unplayable. I think.
I don't know. I think in some situations he'll be decently good, just because he does have a niche
He's
role.
better than Bloodseeker.
Like if you pick like a sniper, just all these gap closing heroes that you really don't want people jumping on you, you'll be fine.
He's still good against like a Pudge or somebody like that has a high HP pool, or Centaur. Yeah. Not necessarily a Baden, but he's pretty good against any of those heroes. Like, actually, I take that back. He could be kind of good against a Baden, even though he'd heal him back up to full health. He has like however many stacks of Burning Spears.
Yeah,
just kills him as soon as his ult's off. So
just drops it back down.
Yeah, I mean, he has some good abilities, and I don't want to see Huskar completely gone. I just would like to see him be a little bit different. It's that ticking damage if you do escape, and that
it hurts.
Life break just does. It's
so much damage.
Annoying ability. Yeah. Let's not talk about him too
Invoker now starts with Invoke level 1 at beginning of game. Invoke now has the standard 6, 11, 16 leveling.
Yeah, so neither of us are Invoker players, really. I mean, you play him a little bit, but not in games. You just
not very good.
Yeah. He's not a hero I like. I'll figure him out at some point. I just have no desire to play him right now.
So Jakiro got a laning buff. Base damage increased by 7. That means he can harass a whole lot better.
Yeah,
I like Jakiro.
I like Jakiro.
I have a decent win rate as Jakiro.
Same. He's fun to watch.
You play supports?
But fun to play. Yeah, I do play supports, buddy. I play Earthshaker. That's my support.
Crit Shaker.
I can play Dazzle, but I'm really bad because like people like go a mile underneath the tower. It's hard for me to play support in our bracket. I know that's the best way to get better, but they die full tower and they're like, "Why didn't you grave, moron?" It's like, because you were halfway across the map, genius.
Anyway, so Coddle,
this hero is trash.
Shut up! I like Coddle. It's one of my favorite heroes, actually.
He got.
Chakra magic cooldown reduction increased. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Its buff duration increased, so now you have 15 seconds to cast a spell to be buffed.
Techies is back, y'all.
And it now restores and increases mana capacity, which is amazing. Basically, it becomes a soul ring.
You know how unstoppable that team is, though, right? Just theory crafting. You use chakra magic on techies. He can cast, all those mines that he used to be able to cast. Yeah, I mean, it takes him more mines to do the same amount of damage. Now he has as many as he wants, and you just plant them with Coddle. They try to break high ground. Techie stops them. They try to break high ground with their creeps. Coddle stops them. It's unstoppable, man.
Yeah. It's basically Chakra Magic now has become a soul ring, because it increases your mana capacity also.
Yeah.
So that's pretty powerful.
He needs
some help.
Yeah, I think Coddle's one of those heroes that whenever you lose a game and he's on your team, every carry is going to be like, "Coddle, you did nothing. Why didn't you play Shaker or Tide or somebody that actually does something for the team?" And it's like Coddle does a lot of really good things for the team, but he doesn't have a lot of impact in team fights. So,
I don't know.
He does whenever he can.
Carries don't know how to play with him in the game, and that's what causes problems. When if it's daylight and you're pushing high ground, he can heal you with his nuke.
Yeah,
That
and
it's
his nuke
so
does however
powerful.
much damage
Um,
on
and
top of
basically,
that.
you just have to fight, keeping in mind that suddenly I'm going to get a burst heal, and suddenly they're going to be nuked for 400 damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But
Heroes
Kunkka,
good. Yeah. Kunkka just got a whole lot
Ags,
better.
yeah,
Just yeah. So
Ags.
this Aghanim's basically it's an auto ghost ship. You don't have to worry about anything. The ghost ship actually goes from him now as opposed to behind him.
Mhm.
So basically anybody in front of you, I think, just fly into the ghost ship and then they get hit by it. So you can just basically cast, Torrent and ghost ship, and you don't even have to do X marks the spot with this anymore. You can use
Yeah.
that in other abilities. Or you
Torrent now
can use
gives
it
your
with other
team vision over target area immediately upon cast, rather just when triggering.
That's a
Uh,
solid buff. Any vision is good, especially
yeah.
whenever he's playing mid at night without a ward or something like
Well,
that.
especially when you can just go high ground, when you can
Yeah.
torrent high ground to see. Tidebringer is an auto cast ability.
And that makes him viable for the safe lane now because it used to be that Tidebringer would push the creep wave too much, but it wouldn't harass the other
Well,
carry
now you
that's
can
there.
definitely
Now you can decide whenever
calculate.
you're pushing and whenever you're not. And it should have been like this.
Yeah.
Um,
AoE rescaled. That's good. I think. Yeah, no, that's pretty
yeah,
solid.
and the damage increase.
It makes sense to have scales.
Yeah.
Ghost ship mana reduced. That's nice. He had mana problems.
Yeah, he had huge mana problems. It's not a huge change, but whenever it's
It's
a rank
nice.
hero, any bit counts. 25 difference on all
Yeah.
the
No,
levels.
that's nice.
That's good.
Legion Commander got some.
Slight buffs.
Yeah, Moment of Courage buffs is pretty nice.
Her
People
scepter is
still do not
interesting.
understand if you have an ally who is weak
Yeah.
and
they
they are
can win
being
that duel.
attacked. Do not
Don't
attack Legion. That is the stupidest thing. The more people
Unless
that
you've got
attack
a
Legion,
huge nuke. Only do it if you've got a huge nuke, like
Well-
a Laguna Blade,
yeah, only do it if it's magic damage.
or
That's
you're
wonderful.
stunning her.
But don't right click him. Especially do not right click him as Windrunner. Holy
Right-click
crap.
her. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
You will kill your supports. I'm saying this from experience. I don't like dying to Legion's duels when my teammate could have just not attacked and I would have lived.
yeah. So speaking of not attacking Legion while she's in a duel, her scepter has
Is
changed.
actually useful now.
It's actually useful, and we'll talk about this more whenever we get to Ursa's Aghanims, but I wonder if people will skip. Just before I get into that, it now makes it so that the only people who can get damaged in the duel are the people dueling. Nobody can attack you.
Now, do stuns count?
Stuns.
I know you don't get damaged, but do you still get stunned?
It's
Or what if they make you ether? Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think you're resistant to all magic and all that stuff.
Does it make you untargetable or does it just make you immune?
I have no idea.
That'd be the big thing.
If it does, you could skip. If it makes you immune to stuns and any disable,
yeah,
I think that you could skip BKB almost.
Yeah. Just go Shadowblade Ag.
Go straight up duel. You don't even duel. I would not duel the carry. You just duel their biggest annoyance.
Yeah.
Do that. I mean, you wouldn't need a BKB because you're just trying to survive through that one person you need to kill. So I don't know. You probably should still get a BKB. It's just theory crafting because at the end of the game, you basically want to be as slotted as you can be, and BKB just takes up an extra slot.
Yeah.
And if it makes you survive, then that's what you should do. But if you can go without it, you can be a stronger hero. So I don't know.
Life Stealer got some nice buffs in the early game. Extra 20 attack speed.
I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised that they kept the jumping into ancients thing.
Infest cooldown has been reduced 50 seconds. Level 3. Wow.
I honestly thought that they were going to take away the whole ancients thing because you can eat Pudge with Aghanims and have a Radiance on Lifestealer and just AoE people, and we've done that and it worked, and that's why we won that game.
Yeah, that's absurd.
I don't know. But at the same thing, it's actually pretty easy to counter that.
Yeah. Lion has gotten some nice buffs.
Yeah,
Really nice buffs, actually.
and he was already a pretty strong hero. Yeah,
Huh.
he basically got buffed in every single way. I mean,
Yeah, no, that's
they're
really
all
solid.
very minor, but they're all buffs. So
Yeah.
Connor would be happy about that.
Lone Druid got some nice buffs. Savage Roar is his new ability. It
I don't
replaces
Lone Druid, so you can
Synergy.
talk about Lone Druid.
Basically, what Savage Roar now does is it allows you, if you're retreating, if you've been ganked, it now allows you to disable the entire enemy team for 2.47 seconds. When you're running away, they're now running the opposite direction. You're running to your base, they're running to their base, but you now have 2 seconds to make juking decisions that they can't know about because they're just running the opposite direction. It gives you so much distance.
Move.
It's basically a blink dagger, but it allows you to make calls.
Yeah.
Without a cooldown. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's for disengaging because Lone Druid is very easy to counter.
Or it allows you to shove. If you do it right, you could actually force people into your team.
Yeah.
So it'd be a great way to initiate a fight.
Yeah, to do some sort of turnaround fight. They think they've got one person alone, but you just do that. Does that pierce BKB?
It does not say.
With Synergy, what is Synergy? Is it just one of his regular abilities?
Synergy was one of his abilities, but it got all of his other abilities got buffed to allow Synergy to be removed because I didn't like Synergy.
Yeah.
Basically, the Spirit Bear now does a little bit more damage. Actually, a lot more damage. Level 4. It goes from 33, but now it's 35 to 65, 1 through 4. So that's a solid buff. His movement speed has been increased by 10 at level 4. Rabid Duration, his ability that gives movement speed and damage, I believe, has been increased. So now it's pretty much permanently buffed because the duration, I believe, is similar to the cooldown now.
So you can just keep
spamming it. Rabid movement speed increased. That's nice from 5% to 10% level 1, from 20% to 25% level 4. Shrew Form health has been buffed really nicely, actually. An extra 300 health when he uses his ult. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I like how we're kind of moving. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't care about Lone Druid.
Yeah, no. Okay, so Luna. The turn rate does affect you. It does affect me. She has a very high turn rate already, and I think this is going to be a little bit annoying for me to get used to.
No, actually, it's a buff. The higher the turn rate is,
I do. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So
I keep thinking of cast time, and I'm like, cast time turn rate? No, you're right.
Yeah, her turn rate was pretty high with 0.4. Now it's 0.6.
It was pretty annoying.
Eclipse Scepter, nobody buys Scepter on Luna, and if you do...
I used to. I gained 400 MMR by doing that.
Okay, then I'm not going to finish that sentence. Lycan, so...
No, but Scepter, basically, it allows you... The beams come down twice as fast. So you're rewarded for... If you get somebody and they're in fog, and you're in fog, and you can't see them, you're screwed. But if you have clear vision of them, and they're running towards a creep wave, you now have twice the amount of beams coming down on them before they reach the creep wave, which is really nice.
It's still a useless item, I think.
I love it. It's one of the best on Luna. If you're going Luna mid, it's the only item to get.
Wow.
So beautiful.
Okay. So Lycan got a buff.
He did. I do like the shapeshift and wolves no longer get crit.
Yeah.
That made no sense to me. And it just felt cheap. I'll be really
But-
honest.
But
Cripple makes
Yeah.
sense.
yeah, cripple. So that's cool, I guess.
Damage over time.
Yeah.
And
Lose 40
movement
attack
speed.
or attack speed.
Yeah, well, movement speed, 20% chance to. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I understand. Yeah. So I mean, that's not bad.
But he still has a critical, because shapeshift now grants all units under your control a 40% chance for a critical strike.
Huh.
So I mean, it's interesting. I think he got a nice buff. Again,
Yeah.
I don't know how good he's going to be, but if we're going the route of like summons on your carries with like helm, you have to get a helm creep and fight with it, or that
If you
sort
want
of thing
Lycan,
might be good.
now your necro units can crit. Ugh. 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 Let's move
I'm
on.
already sick of necro units after playing against
Arc Warden.
I hate that hero.
We're gonna be playing a lot of Captain's Mode and banning a lot of Arc Wardens.
Yeah. Okay, so Aghanim
Scepter.
Scepter to Magnus is pointless. This is a pointless Ags. It's only there just to give him something.
Yeah.
The thing that's cool about it is it affects ranged heroes for half cleave. That is cool, but it's not worth 4,200 gold.
If you were with like I don't know, I could see this being useful in some lineups.
I could see it like being used if you have an Alk who's given an Aghanims to everybody else before Magnus, and then giving it to him, but I just don't see why.
Skewer got a nice buff, though.
Yeah, that's more important. Skewer got buffed.
It's got a little bit of a nerf with the slow, but you weren't
The
really using
distance.
Skewer necessarily for the slow at all times.
No, the distance is far more important.
Yeah.
And the only time you'd really need that 40% slow is whenever you have level 4.
But level 4, it's got a solid buff, because now instead of that 40% slow only lasting 2.5 seconds, now it lasts 3.25 seconds. So that's a pretty big deal. That's a 0.75 second buff on the duration level 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that.
Yeah, I think Magnus, I mean, it helped him in every way, in my
I
opinion.
mean, let's face it. The only reason why you use Skewer is to cliff people.
Yeah, that's what people try to do, and then they cliff themselves, and it's hilarious.
And then they cry. So much crying.
Yeah, so much bitterness. All right, Medusa, Mystic Snake no longer increases.
Yep. Everybody hates that ability.
Yeah.
Because it's douchey and annoying and painful.
I think that it got better, just because now it does more per.
Yeah.
It's just better.
20% of all mana. Oh my god.
Yeah. But at the same time, Medusa's just not good right now.
No, but think about it this way. It's of total mana, not current mana.
I know.
So if you're in the middle of a team fight and they've used all their nukes on you, you can now Mystic Snake them. They have no mana, especially if it's a high int team.
Yeah, which is in Medusa, like people will usually never pick Invoker or Anti-Mage or Phantomancer. Oh wait, they do. So the mana doesn't matter. Like the reason you die as Medusa is because you get counterpicked, or you just outplay her. She's not that strong right now.
I don't know. I like this.
I like Medusa as a hero, just not right now. She needs another buff before she can be good, I think. But okay, Meepo, double damage no longer affects all Meepo units. Good riddance. Shouldn't have affected them anyways. Are you still upset about the Medusa thing?
No. I'm good with that.
I just don't think Medusa's that great. Mirana, Jungle Mirana is now a thing. So attack range increased. That's good. Starstorm radius increased. That's good. Sacred Arrow now instantly kills the first unit it hits if non-ancient creep. So if a Mirana is picked on your team, just go ahead and block your camps in the off lane so she doesn't start jungling.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know. I think it's good, and I think it should stay in the game. It's always, to me, it's made sense. I've always wondered if they would do this.
That makes sense. You can now snipe off cur.
Creeps.
Can you kill a courier?
I don't think so because it's magic immune. I mean, you might be able to.
Hmm.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't play Mirana at all.
Yeah.
Morphling. Speaking of heroes, people never play Morphling. Morphling got a nice buff, and everybody got slower, so he also got a buff. Not really.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I take that back. He's still equally as slow. Tusk got slower, so he's better than Tusk now. But no, he got buffed in a lot of ways, I think, and I think he's viable now. He just needs like Boots of Travel to be playable
Yeah.
because I can't stand watching how slow he is. But yeah, so base damage increased. That's on adaptive strike. That I know a lot of people did not like that ability because it didn't do it didn't stun long enough, or it just didn't do enough damage. Because nobody ever I don't know anybody that used adaptive strength or adaptive on strength. I don't know anybody that used it for the stun. They always used it for the nuke. Like just do the ethereal blade shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now currently, Morphling can be used as an offlaner, in which he gets tranquil boots and what is it the soul ring.
Huh. I
Yeah,
don't know if I like that.
it's pretty effective.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it probably works. That would be not fun to play as for me. I don't know. I don't know. I think we already saw Morphling in a game. I think he's pretty strong, just like damage wise. He's always been pretty strong damage wise. I just don't know how good he is. Like how good he's really good against like physical damage lineups because if he just goes for pure attack speed and that kind of stuff, he'll have like super high armor just passively.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Morphling's a good hero in the right hands. I don't know how. I think he's like a movement speed buff away from being in the meta. Honestly, like that's such a minor thing to get caught up on, but I don't know.
Yeah, but he is easily kiteable,
Yeah, that's the thing. Is he gets
but
kited so
his
easily?
waveform does allow him to catch up and move through people pretty easily. So if he picks up something like Scotty, suddenly he can just whoosh, and then you're
Yep.
dead.
Yep.
Generally.
Yeah, you just get high HP items on him and like one damage item on him, and he should be pretty much good to go. You can keep him on mostly Agi.
Yeah.
You could go full Agi on him. So
Yeah.
Naga, this is a buff to support Naga, not really carry Naga. Just a int buff. It's pretty good for the base int, but as far as it
Yeah.
goes from 1.95 to 2, that's not huge. But
It's a couple
it's
points every now
it's
and then.
there. It's
Yeah.
there. So
No. It's a definite buff.
natures. I'm not sure why Admiral Bulldog got buffed, but base intelligence increased by 4. That's huge for
Yeah.
jungling at the early
That's
game.
an extra 52 mana.
Yeah, and then Treant
54
damage
mana. Something
increased as well.
is
So
buffed by 4, so that's nice. That's basically you start out with a Ring of Bacillus.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
you
that's nice.
still should Ring of Bacillus. I think Ring of Bacillus is one of his best items for sure. But
Based on
Treant's doing extra damage, helps in the jungle, helps later in the game with tower pushing. I mean, it's very minor later in the game, but it's still something. It's substantial enough. Whenever you've got as many Treants as you'll have, that extra 4 damage adds up.
it'll help out.
And I assume it also increases the big Treants by 4. Yeah, 84 to 96. So it's an extra
Wow,
12 damage for the greater Treant.
that's impressive.
Yeah, that's huge. Necro got the most OP buff.
1 armor.
All
Dang.
armor guys. He's broken now.
Yeah. Well, hey, I just found out that something has come up, and I probably have to be heading out soon. But
Right, so we'll do
this
part
was
2
a
of this.
yeah. We'll see you next time on Trench Heroes Cast. And this was Peter speaking, and hope you all enjoyed this, and hope it was informative.
All right. Talk to you later, guys.
Catch you later.